Alright guys, today's goal, the learner will understand the dot product of vectors. Okay, so we're going to be covering dot products, angle between vectors, and projecting one vector onto another, and why. Vectors are used extensively in mathematics and science. Applications such as determining the net effect of several forces acting on an object and computing the work done by a force of acting on an object. You'll see a lot of this stuff applied to physics, okay? Now, let's take a look here. It says the dot product or inner product of u equals the vector u1 comma u2, and v is the vector v1 comma v2. So u dot v, u1 times v1 plus u2 times v2. Okay? So let's find the dot product. u1 times v1 plus v2 times, or u2 times v2. Negative 4 plus negative 6, negative 10. There we go. Okay? So let's look at some other properties here. Okay. It says let u, v, and w be vectors, and let c be scalar. Okay, scalar just means solid number, okay? Number one, u dot v is equal to v dot u. So the dot products are just like multiplication, okay? And u dot u is the magnitude squared. 0 times u, so 0 times a vector is 0. And here if you have a vector times the addition, you can distribute to both and then add. Or it's telling you u plus v times w is the same thing as well. So you can move the parentheses. Okay? And the constant, same thing. These are just some properties that we'll be able to apply later. Okay, now, here it says the vectors u and v are orthogonal if and only if if the dot product is 0. So let's find that. So the dot product of u and v, negative 3 times 20 plus 4 times 15, negative 60 plus 60 is 0. So yes, they are orthogonal. Okay? So now we have to be able to find angles between. So here's some more equations. Cosine of an angle is the dot product of u and v divided by their magnitudes multiplied together. Or the angle is the inverse cosine of that. Okay? So it says find the angle between vectors u, 3, 2, and v, 1, 0. So theta equals the inverse cosine, the dot product, 3 times 1 plus 2 times 0. The magnitude, 3 squared plus 2 squared times 1 squared plus 0 squared. So you end up getting theta equals the inverse cosine of 3 divided by the square root of 13. So theta is 33.69 degrees. Okay? Now, remember these because you might be given at some point given an angle and you need to find one of the vectors. So we'll have to come back to that, but we'll see that tomorrow maybe. Okay. Here's another equation for word problems you might need to think about. If F is a constant force whose direction is the same as the direction of AB, then work done by F in a moving object from A to B. So the work equals the magnitude of the force times the magnitude of the vector, AB. Okay? See you guys tomorrow.